You know that heavy feeling that lives in your chest? The quiet voice that whispers, maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I'm broken. Hey friends, welcome. I'm really grateful you're here because today we are diving into something almost everyone carries: shame and guilt. You know that heavy feeling that lives in your chest? The quiet voice that whispers, maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I'm broken. That feeling is older than you think. It's not just from your mistakes or your past. Sometimes it's something you inherited, passed down through generations of silence, fear, and pain. But here's the truth: you don't have to keep carrying it. This conversation is about understanding where that weight comes from and learning how to finally put it down. So take a deep breath. Let's walk through this together, gently, honestly, and without judgment. Shame isn't just feeling bad, it's an old survival instinct wired into the body. A long time ago, being rejected by your tribe could mean death. So the brain learned to whisper, stay small, stay quiet, don't draw attention. That reaction once kept us safe. Now it keeps us stuck, hidden, disconnected, afraid to be fully seen. Every time you blush, freeze, or replay a mistake over and over, that's your nervous system trying to protect you from rejection that no longer exists. We've outgrown the danger, but the body hasn't learned it yet. Here's something deeper. Not all shame begins with you. Psychologists like Paul Gilbert discovered that shame can pass through families. Not in our DNA, but in our stories, our tone, our silence. Maybe your grandmother learned to stay quiet so she wouldn't be shamed. Maybe your father worked himself to exhaustion because rest looked like failure. Maybe your family believed that being loved meant being perfect. So we pick up their rules without realizing it. We inherit not just their eye color or laugh, but their unspoken pain. That's what therapists call emotional inheritance, and it stays inside us until we are brave enough to notice it. Shame is sneaky. It doesn't always show up as sadness. Sometimes it wears a different face. The overachiever who never rests because slowing down feels unsafe. The people pleaser who says yes to everything because no feels like rejection. The perfectionist who hides their flaws because they learned that mistakes cost love. The angry one who strikes first so no one sees how much they're hurting inside. Shame lives in the background, whispering, don't show too much, don't need too much, don't be too much. And over time, it builds an invisible prison. From the outside, it looks like calm or success, but inside, it feels like loneliness. There is a pattern therapists call the shame anger spiral. Here's how it works: you feel small, you get angry to protect yourself, you say or do something you regret, the guilt returns, and the shame deepens. It happens in families, in couples, even in communities. Hurt becomes habit, pain becomes tradition. And when no one talks about it, it passes from one generation to the next. When shame hits, your brain goes on high alert. The amygdala, your internal alarm, lights up, while the prefrontal cortex, the part that thinks clearly, shuts down. Your heart races, your stomach tightens, your throat closes. It's the same ancient I'm in danger reaction. Only now the danger is emotional, not physical. That's why when someone judges you, you freeze, lash out, or go blank. It's not weakness, it's your biology. But the more awareness you bring to it, the more you teach your body that you are safe now. Shame doesn't only live inside us, it shapes how we connect with everyone around us. When we carry shame, we don't just hide from others, we hide from ourselves. Without compliments, we apologize for existing. We choose people who confirm the story that we are too much or not enough. Shame makes intimacy feel risky because letting someone see the real you means they might see the parts you still judge. It makes love conditional. I'll be lovable when I'm better. I'll be safe when they approve. But here's the paradox: the moment we let ourselves be seen, messy, real, imperfect, connection becomes possible. Shame isolates us, vulnerability helps us to connect. And every time you show yourself honesty, you're teaching your nervous system a new story. I can be seen and still be safe. Many cultures used shame as a tool to control, to protect the family name, to enforce tradition, to keep people in line. Maybe you heard these. Don't embarrass the family. Boys don't cry. Good girls don't talk back. Those messages sound small, but they teach us to trade truth for acceptance, to protect the image instead of the soul. And that's how generations forget who they truly are. When shame hides too long, it takes root, and those roots can grow into depression. Psychologists like Thomas Scheff found that people with chronic depression, long term depression, often carry unspoken shame beneath the surface. It shows up as constant self criticism, emotional numbness, and the quiet thought that says, something's wrong with me. Shame says you don't deserve love. Depression believes it. And because shame silences us, we stop asking for help. Isolation feeds the sadness. But the moment you name it, the moment you say, this isn't just sadness, this is shame, something begins to lift. Because now you're not the shame, you're the one witnessing it. Healing doesn't start with fixing yourself, it begins with forgiving yourself for all the years you thought you had to be perfect to be loved. Sometimes healing shame isn't just personal, it's ancestral. You might be healing your grandmother's silence, your father's guilt, and your mother's self blame. And maybe you're the first one in your lineage brave enough to say, this pain stops here. Every act of compassion you offer yourself rewires your nervous system and whispers to the generations before you, we are finally safe. Now let's make it practical. Here are 4 steps to start freeing yourself from shame. 1. Notice it. When the voice says you're not enough, pause. Say, I see you, shame. Just that awareness begins to loosen its grip. Number 2, name it without judgment. Don't label it as wrong. Say, I'm feeling shame right now, and that's human. You're not broken for feeling it. You're healing by noticing it. Number 3, bring compassion. Imagine speaking to your younger self. Would you say, you're not good enough? Or you would say, you've carried so much. I'm proud of you. That kindness literally rewires your brain, activating regions linked to calm and safety. Number 4, speak it aloud. Shame thrives in silence but dies in connection. Share it with one safe person or write it down until your heart feels lighter. When it's spoken, it loses its power. Every time you practice self kindness, you're doing something revolutionary. You're changing the story that's been told in your family for generations. You become the bridge between what came before and what's yet to come. You show the world that love doesn't require perfection, that being human is not a flaw, it's the whole point. If you've ever felt ashamed just for existing, please remember, you were never meant to carry this weight. You can rest now. You can make mistakes and still be worthy. You can be seen and still be loved. Take a deep breath. Whisper softly, I am enough. even while I'm healing. Maybe that's the sentence your whole family has been waiting for generations to hear. Shame can survive where love lives. So choose love again and again until the weight finally falls away. You've just done one of the bravest things a person can do. You faced your shame instead of running from it. And that alone is healing. Now I want to invite you to go one step deeper. Join me in the guided meditation I've prepared for you, a journey to help you release the weight of shame and guilt and to let your body remember what freedom feels like. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and let's let go together. You don't need to fix yourself. You just need to come home to yourself. I hope it is comforting for you and you see wonderful impacts of this meditation.